Hi there, I'm Chris Searles demonstrating a look a professional should never present. Still recording. Hi there. Hi there, it's Chris Searles in the morning. I think I've just figured out a way to show you a quick synopsis on what it is that happens sequentially in these rain events. So I just want to drop in here on September 25th, 2024 at 5:46 a.m. The little blue dot is me. And what we're going to do is scroll through images all the way to the end of the day. You'll see the rain patterning that is uncannily coming towards us, and I would say hinging off of us, as well as the rainfall and the forecasting shift as we go. So that was 5:46 a.m. Here I am driving out in the morning. It's just so beautiful. Can hardly believe it there. That'll be in the longer form video. Here we are at 7:22 a.m. and you can see the rain kind of pointing at us. It is again arcing off of us from AccuWeather over Melrose, Oregon, where I am at that moment, 7:22 continentally. It's a big system. And AccuWeather shows for the day a 61% chance of rain at 7:22 a.m. on September 25th, 2024. Here they show a 65% chance of rain. Apple, however, doesn't show rain in its main forecast, and then its percentage probability is 10% coming and going a few times during the day, twice in the morning and once in the afternoon around 5 p.m. And then these are other days. Here I am driving in. These are the uncanny clouds. Looking beautiful, looking even more beautiful. Here I am driving down the road, just observing. This is where I start to see the first real rain system, and I get all excited. Driving into Roseburg, Oregon. Now I'm there filling up my water tank. The clouds are beautiful. And then I turn to the other side of the street. This is essentially over my watering areas. This incredible heavy rain cloud system. You can see the break right up above it. Then here I am at work doing the thing. Here we are looking at the rain pattern uncannily pointing towards us, kind of like an arrow, arcing off of us at continental scale. There's one other thing kind of like it over North and South America. Here it is at 9:15 a.m., literally still pointing right towards us. Now we have a 40% chance of rain at 10 a.m. We're going to get it at 1 p.m. It says 18% chance of rain. We get it between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. So an 18 to 34% chance of rain according to AccuWeather for my site at that moment, Roseburg, Oregon. That's the rest of the day. This is me on site doing my thing and noticing that the system is looking very promising, showing that kind of stuff. Same thing here. Rain clouds coming right over me. Still doing my thing, watering the various trees here in the median in Roseburg, Oregon. Just love doing this work. You can see the color shift in the trees. That's part of what I'm trying to show here as well, is that the quality of the air and the color of the leaves getting dark like that, to me, it says rain is coming, rain is coming. So actually, I'll go back one. See, the clouds don't necessarily look dark, but the leaves do, and there's something going on with that I've observed. Okay, here we are at 10:48 a.m., coming right to us. 10:49. The green, of course, is rain, light rain. Here's that pattern arcing up towards us and off of us at massive scale over 2 states and 2 nations. This is me talking about doing the thing, hanging with the neighbors, having a good time. Now the AccuWeather forecast says 89% chance of rain at 11:40 a.m. And down there, what does that say? 89% chance. These are additional days. Here's the rain coming around us now, 11:42 a.m. That huge system looks just like the the line of it would go right through us over 2 states. Now AccuWeather says 66% chance of rain. And, oh, sorry, at 1 p.m., 49% chance of rain when we get it. And then 2 p.m., 34% chance of rain. This is the rest of the day. Again, these images will be posted in the longer form video. Apple still hasn't caught up, doesn't think rain is coming to Roseburg, Oregon, where I am. Their percentage thing really hasn't shifted. Their forecast, they've moved it back a little bit for the afternoon. These are other days in the week. Meanwhile, this is what the clouds look like at around 11:45 a.m. while I'm watering. Never quite seen that before. And they're just beautiful, these different cloud formations. Getting water for the second time. I think I did 3 waterings on this day. So early morning, midday, twice in Roseburg, and then I went back to Melrose that night. So at about 1 p.m., the raindrops start to fall. And they accumulate pretty quickly. Here we are at 1:08 p.m. Now the thing is right over us. And again, looks like a kneecap now, bending, arcing off of us over all these territories. Pretty amazing looking. AccuWeather sees rain right over our sites for at least an hour. Now it says an 88% chance of rain in its forecast, and 88% chance in that probability. Apple still doesn't see rain happening or in the day, and this is what is one of the things I look at as a confirmation that we're getting transpiration-based rains. That the satellite can't see it happening means to me that it's below canopy or below atmospheric satellite kind of quantification scale. And it keeps happening like that. You'll see many of the rains in these videos don't show up on the satellites. Meanwhile, the Apple whatchamawhat sees a 45% chance of rain, whatever this thing is, chance of precipitation calculator. And still watering. Watering number 2 has begun. There's water around. And I'm just, convinced that the more I put into the ground, the better it does for the stability of the system. Here we are at 1:17 p.m. The rain is picking up, getting nice and heavier, still hanging out over us in that kneecap formation, the arc up into Canada. And again, interesting patterning, over the entire North American continent. Here we are at 1:30 p.m., 1:32 to be exact, and we're getting these big drizzly drops. There you go. Kind of see them there, plop, plop. Heavier drops. And that was basically it for the heavy stuff. It continued to percolate for about half an hour after that. By 3 p.m., when I took this at 3:06 p.m., again, the satellites show the rain gone and still arcing off of us, in my opinion, that patterning at continental scale. And at that time, and I'm happy as a clam. And this is finishing up watering session number 2. You can see kind of in that photo, a more golden light quality. Not spectacular, but it's there. Softer light in the mountains. Then fill up number 3. We've still got good rainy looking clouds off in the distance, and that's towards Melrose. That's towards the east where I'm headed. So I'm checking that out while the tanks are filling up. Thank you to the city of Roseburg for selling me some water, some bulk water. Here I am driving towards it now, and it just gets, more serious as I get closer to Melrose. The satellite, now you can see my little blue dot is outside of Roseburg, pointed up towards Melrose. The satellite doesn't see any rain, the AccuWeather satellite this time, just like the Apple, as I'm moving away. But I'm getting into rain-like conditions again as I'm snapping these at 4:26 p.m. And here I am driving along saying, wow, it looks like we're going to have something pretty rainy. That looks like rain right in front of me, just down the road. And keep going a little ways further. It's looking really good off in the distance there. Just so misty. And coming around the bend, I'm starting to sing Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, I think. One of these, which you probably don't need to hear. But let's see if we can do that. Nope. Okay. And yeah, we just have rain again, a second time, and maybe a third time for the day. So that's tremendous, right? And again, the satellites are not going to be seeing this rain either. This time I'm looking at the AccuWeather satellite, and it's just, as if it's not there. Then I'm, at this point, it is 4:42 p.m., and I'm just talking about how this is paradise. This place looks like paradise, the colors. And this is, fire season. So for it to be soft and lush and colorful is not really the way it normally goes. But there it is, and then the gray, soft, cloudy sky is just going to keep things, again, you can see the mist in the hills there. This is all fire repellent for real. This is what you want to see in September in Oregon. And indeed, we were able to keep the burn rate low with these small rains that came through that statistically might appear insignificant, but when you look at the way they fell, and when you look at the kind of cloud systems that came with them and these mists and fogs, they are game changers. And again, there it is, 5:01 p.m. This image is 4:46 p.m. And that light rain that we just drove through was just a few minutes earlier, and there's no evidence of it in this satellite image, but we have camera footage. Dun, 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 dun. The arc still seems to me to roll off of our site, the hinge, as it were, even though we're not directly getting the rain, but the arc remains sort of south to north. Meanwhile, AccuWeather says at 5:23 p.m. we still have an 85% chance of rain back in Melrose, which doesn't come to pass. And then it says we have 0% chance of rain in the overnight, essentially. And at 6 and 7 a.m. all the way, from 2 or 3 a.m. all the way through 10 a.m. there. Apple, same thing, forecasting full sun and, just cloudy for the rest of the day at 5:24 p.m. for both of my locations. And here's Apple's precipitation probability for the rest of the night into Thursday, 0% chance all Thursday. And for the rest of the week, you see there, 5:24, still nothing in the overhead, but the arc remains. Meanwhile, this is watering number 3. You can see my little buckets down. There they go. See how dark and everything it is? It's very much because it's after 5:30 p.m., but also because the character of the system is getting softer here. The colors are getting richer. Even in the dark night, you can see, or the darkness of dusk, you can see that darkness coming down in color to me, anyway, my eye. Finishing up, I'm happy as a clam still, and the arc still comes to me off of us. 7:58 p.m. now, nearly 8 p.m. Some of the areas I was most concerned about, northeast Washington and north central Idaho, get rain finally. There's just, again, low probability all the way through the night, 0% from AccuWeather. You can see the big continental shapes there. There's my celebration meal. Here is 9 p.m. Look at that, uncanny shape, arcing off of us again. Dun, 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 dun. And then the next morning, remember I was just saying there's 0% chance of rain. At 6:25 a.m., I go outside, and there it is. We do get transpiration rain. This is what it actually looks like. Okay. And so that is this cycle. That is everything I want to show you in this video about the uncanny rain patterns on the satellites, the fact that they weren't seen, the fact that rain fell at all is remarkable at this point, the 25th and 26th of September, when the rest of the country was really spiraling into extreme drought. And yeah, you can just see the buildup take place. You can see everything that normally happens in that video in one iteration of it. And so we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Many more to come.